organizational behavior. In this subject, we are doing the chapter number 3 on group behavior. Today, we are going to talk about group decision making. Now, what is group decision making? So, group decision making is a process where more than one person is involved in the decision making. So, where ideas from different people are taken and they are discussed and a best solution is obtained. This is group decision making. Now, group decision making is completely different from individual decision making. In today's topic, we are going to talk about the advantages of group decision making over the individual decision making, the disadvantages of group decision making, and we will discuss about different group decision making techniques which are used in different organizations. So first of all, what are the advantages of group decision making? Now, group decision making provides synergy because the whole is greater than the sum of individuals. So when individuals separately give their decision making, rather than that, everyone together will make it even better. So that is why it helps in getting better solutions to certain issues. More complete and robust solutions are reached at. Now, due to discussions, questioning and collaborations between many people, it provides better solutions because every different individual has their own expertise and their understanding. And based on their expertise, they will give a very good solution. When many people get together, because of the collaboration they have, they can come to a very robust and a complete solution. Also, when many people are there, a wider perspective is considered because every person has a different perspective towards a particular issue, and that is why they will give different perspectives. Now, when any issue is looked at with different perspectives, it is definitely going to give a better solution. Again, it provides a good understanding and clarifies issues because a lot of discussion happens in a group decision making. Again, there is a diversity of views, and because of that, it helps in generating better quality solutions. Lastly, very important point is that the acceptance of decision or the solutions is high. Now, in order to implement any solutions, the acceptance of each group member is very important. And when the group members are involved themselves in the decision making process, then the acceptance is very high. So these are the advantages of group decision making processes. But at the same time, it also has some disadvantages. So let us have a look at the disadvantages of group decision making. First of all, because many people have come together to take a decision, there is a lack of accountability because nobody will take responsible for the things that is decided in the group. Now, whenever everyone is responsible, at that point of time, no one becomes responsible because people can point out each other on taking responsibilities. Secondly, sometimes when decisions go wrong or sometimes some problem arises while the implementation of the solutions, at that point of time, people lack in taking the responsibility. No one will be ready to take the responsibility of the failure. Thirdly, the time taken for the decision-making process is higher than that of the individual decision-making. And lastly, the greatest inhibitor of group decision-making is groupthink. Now, what is the meaning of groupthink? Groupthink means we have a kind of attitude where we would like to think just like a group for the sake of acceptability, to avoid any arguments, or to avoid the wastage of time. Sometimes people agree with people agree with others and do not get into more discussions. This is called groupthink. In fact, groupthink is the influence of the group on an individual's thinking and which will not allow an effective solution or effective decision making. Now, looking at the advantages and the disadvantages of group decision making, there are various techniques which are developed by different organizations. So let us see those group decision making techniques. The first group decision making technique is brainstorming technique. Now in this technique, the entire group gets together, the problem or the issue is announced in front of the group and an open discussion of solutions are given. So anyone from the group can just give their ideas and suggestions. Here when an individual gives an idea or a solution, it is not judged by the others. First of all, the solutions are brainstormed and whatever solutions or ideas come into the mind of the participants, they just keep on giving their ideas and all these ideas are listed down without any judgment. After every idea is taken and when a point is reached when no one has any idea or suggestion, then each idea is picked up one by one and that idea is discussed in details regarding its usefulness, its advantages, disadvantages, or how it can be implemented and how it can help in reaching the goal or solving a problem. Now one by one each point is discussed and if it is favorable, it is kept or accepted, otherwise the point is rejected. In this way, after reaching the maximum consensus, the solution is obtained or the decision is made. So brainstorming technique has an advantage because here people give their ideas freely as it comes in their mind and there is no judgment over it. And each and every idea is taken and discussed in detail. Definitely, it is very time consuming. The second technique is the dialectical technique. Now, whenever group decisions are made, team members or the group members sometimes think that a certain issue is not handled properly or not discussed in detail, or some difficult issues are just avoided and the decisions are made very fast. So to avoid this kind of thinking of the group or to avoid this kind of confusion, a dialectical group decision making technique is used. Now in this technique, different solutions are taken and given to groups and given to small groups. Now these small groups will think about each solution and they will give their ideas against or for the solution. There will be two opposite groups who will present their ideas which will be against or for the solution. And based on their debate, the decision is made. So dialectical decision making technique makes sure that no issue is avoided and each and every point is discussed from the point of view of its positive points or negative points. The third technique is the nominal group technique. Now in the nominal group technique, the problem or the issue is announced in front of the group members. Then the group members are asked to write down all the ideas or suggestions they have with them on a piece of paper. And then after everyone has written down, each one will have to read out their suggestions one by one. Each suggestion is then discussed upon and then at the end a decision is made based on the consensus. And the last technique is called the Delphi technique. Now the Delphi technique is used particularly when the group members are scattered at different locations. Here, first of all, a questionnaire is made based on the problem or the issue. Then this questionnaire is floated or is shared with all these group members. These group members will give their views, freely and they are even not known to each other. They will give their views anonymously. Now the person who is conducting this group decision making process will collect the questionnaires, then will analyze it, will give the results again to the group members, and based on those results again a new questionnaire is made. Again the members will answer the questions seeing the results, or in other words, now they have the influence of the other members' thoughts, and they will now fill up the questionnaire. Again the questionnaire is collected, and when the best solution is reached at, or when a consensus is reached at, a decision is made. Definitely the Delphi technique is also a time consuming technique, but it makes sure that the best decision is made. So this is how 4 different techniques are used in organizations to make decisions, and it becomes very helpful when decisions are made in a group because it takes into consideration every person's views and it takes the participation of each and every group member. So I hope you have understood the advantages and disadvantages of group decision making and also the different group decision making techniques.